There are certain things that I would like to actually talk about with regards to this particular report. As I always say, we need to stick to the report. This is our report for Public Accounts Committee. Back then we had 5 members, myself, Honorable Joseph Nityanand, Honorable Vijendra Prakash, Honorable Aseri Randronro, and Honorable Nenga Malalambalahu. It's on the record, a bipartisan report. When we were actually scrutinizing this particular report on land reforms, we did actually come across with the issues that it is a sensitive issue. Land is always a sensitive issue. It is a bipartisan approach. We took a bipartisan approach. Land security was not an issue. It was well explained. Our members, opposition members sitting in the committee, they actually agreed. That's why it's not in a recommendation that security of the land is an issue when it comes to an Itoke land actually given to land bank. There wasn't any issue that if you actually give the land to the land bank, or land is gone forever. If the Matangalis are not happy, landowners are not happy, they can always get that land back if there is no development on that particular land. Also, what was discussed was as part of the recommendation of this particular report. And the other thing that was very much discussed to length was the benefit to the landowners if the land is actually given to land bank. So these were some of the issues that were actually discussed once we were trying to actually scrutinize this particular audit report that was actually before us. Just in very nutshell, I would like to actually say the land bank initiative, which has been implemented since 2011 through the Land Use Bank, has undergone a number of reforms. The Land Use Division is a government initiative program designed to make more and land viable for productive and socio-economic purposes. Most of this land were lying idle for all these years that is currently under land bank. This government initiative is stimulating economic activities and utilization of available resources with a wider participation. And Honorable Speaker, these land are given by the consent of landowners. I think a lot has been actually said that we need at least 60% of the landowners to give consent before the Prime Minister can actually endorse that land. The landowners do not incur any administration fee. That's another very important thing with regards to the land bank as compared to Itoke Land Trust Board. The Itoke Land Trust Board takes its cut after collects the lease money from the tenants and gives the remainder to the landlord. This cut pays for the TLTB administration. Landowners who lease their bank to the land bank in one way receive more money than those who would offer or prefer to stay with TLTB. The current status, most of it actually has been said by Honorable Minister for Lands. I'll just briefly go on, touch on some of the things. Very rightfully said, 122 land parcel with a total land area of almost 10,749 hectare is currently under land bank, out of which 3 Itoke land parcel has been actually returned to the landowners. Out of 122, 101 are Itoke lands and 21 is state land. 102 designated from Itoke, 91 parcel have been actually surveyed, and all those 91 land parcel have been leased out. Very rightfully said by Honorable Minister that they have actually collected $12.8 million still to date, out of which almost close to 11 million has gone to landowners. These are some of the stats we have actually looked at. 12 years ago, the landowners were basically getting nothing out of this land. And in the 12 years, they have actually been distributed with almost close to $11 million. We need to look at these figures realistically. We do understand that land is a sensitive issue, but we should not actually be going out actually saying things that will not benefit the landowners. We have said this every now and then that we need to bring in laws, we need to bring in policies which actually support both socially and economically to the landowners. Some of the major investments that have actually taken place on these lands which are with the land banks I would just like to name some. The first one is Kokomo Island Resort. Number 2 is Vuni Dibi Bauxite Madwata. Nawai Levu Bauxite Bua. Naita Bauxite Bua. 480 holding lands. Nananu Ra. National Springs, Nananu Talevu. Equatorial Construction, Akram Exploration, Fiji Limited, Emirates Resorts Limited. Just imagine, Honorable Speaker said, these 9 major investments have paid till to date $8.5 million to the landlords. So what is wrong in actually taking your land to the land bank with the consent of 60 people in agreement? We don't see anything wrong with that, sir.
Order. Order.
We can't do much when people that don't want to understand. No matter what we do, some of the people they don't want to understand.
Order.
Honorable Speaker say, this figure speaks for itself. The land that was idle has gained millions, close to 11 million for the landowners. Honorable Speaker, I urge members not to use this for political gain. The figure I have mentioned shows that the landowners can really benefit from this program. I also urge landowners to contact Ministry of Land and get the facts about land bank and invest, because this investment will be beneficial to the landowners. With those words say, I thank you for your time. Vinaka.
I thank you, Honourable Chairperson, Honourable Members.